This week we're talking about Mazda's diesel engine. We're not talking about Mazda 6 blowing up. Internal combustion ban. When is a ban not a ban? Tesla Crown is slipping. Harris EV Academy. Ford systems to help their diagnostic technicians. And Ducati is going electric. My name is Paul Callan and welcome to this week's MotorZen News. First couple of stories that we're going to do this evening really highlight how unpredictable the future of our industry is and how precarious everything is and how unclear everything is. First one is, and everybody's going to laugh at this because we know the problems that Mazda have had with their Mazda 6 diesel engines. But Mazda have built a new diesel engine. It's a 6-cylinder diesel engine. It's an ultra low emissions diesel engine and it's going to go into their flagship CX-60. It's going to be a PHEV, 3.3 litre, 6 cylinders. Mazda described this as their multi-solution approach. So what they're saying is they could have highly efficient ICE engines and a wide range of EV and PHEV offerings to suit local markets or social demands. So it's clear from what Mazda are saying that there is no one format that's going to fit everything. They call the concept that they have on their new diesel engine distribution control partially pre-mixed compression ignition, DCPI for short, and you wouldn't want to shorten that. It's linked to a 48-volt hybrid boost system. It's going to go on sale to most European markets by January 2023. So then the other thing that's linked into this again is that on the 28th of June, Europe officially made it law, because this actually hadn't gone into law, that ICE engines will be banned by 2035. But Volkswagen and a few other countries lobbied really hard at this meeting, this European meeting. And it looks at this stage now that there's a possibility that ICE engines running on synthetic fuels will be able to be registered after 2035. It's not clear on that yet, but that's what appears to be part of the wheeling and dealing that has been done in Europe in regard to the emissions regulations. Linked to that, Toyota have lobbied the Japanese government to say that they want to push for synthetic hybrids also, and they're saying that a synthetic hybrid is just as good for the environment as a battery EV. So all of that stuff kind of shows you that it's absolutely far from clear exactly where we're going and exactly what the future is, and it certainly appears that we're going to have a wide mixture of propulsion for various markets and various locations, even within markets, that we're possibly going to see certain vehicles used in cities and certain vehicles used in rural locations. But far from clear, and a huge amount of activity going on there in the last couple of weeks in this area. Tesla have 67% of the US EV market. And when you look at it, you kind of think that's so dominant that nothing is going to knock them off that perch. Well, there's been an analysis done in the American market, and that analysis suggests that by 2025, not very far away, that Tesla's market share will have gone to 11%. And what they're saying about this is that it's to do with the fact that all the traditional manufacturers are catching up, but they're catching up by having a wide array of products and vehicles. Ford and GM, they reckon, will have 15% of the EV market by that stage. Between now and 2025, GM are going to produce 17 new EV models. Hyundai and Kia are going to produce 13 new EV models, and Volkswagen are going to produce 11. Ford are going to produce 6, because Ford are fairly well ahead on this anyway now. And what they're saying is that Tesla made a mistake when money was cheap, that he didn't expand the range. And to be fair, I thought it strange, and usually we know traditionally in the car market that you have the lifespan of a model is about 6 years. At 3 years it gets a facelift, at 6 years it gets renewed. And I always thought it weird that Tesla hadn't really been renewing the range in that way. And what they're saying is now that that's actually going to prove to have been a mistake. And when you look at how maybe people like BMW, you know, you look at, so a guy said to me the other day, what's a 4 Series? And I said, well, a 4 Series is a little bit, it's kind of 3 Series with 4 doors. You know, they kind of produced all these different models. It used to be traditionally like, you know, 3 Series, 5 Series and stuff like that, a 6 Series, 7 Series. But now you look at this, every single segment, every single sector has got a model in it. And it looks like that's what's going to happen, is that because all the car manufacturers are going to fill all these little niches, Tesla still has a very small range of vehicles, and they reckon that they're a little bit too late in trying to catch up, and that's what's going to change the statistics in terms of market share as a result of that. Okay, you've made it to the middle point. Thanks for that. And if you could, please like, comment and subscribe. A really interesting development as far as training in Ireland is concerned, I think. I don't fully have all the details on this, but I intend to get them in the next couple of days. Harris Group, who are the importers for the Maxus van range, has set up a new training facility. It was opened during the week by the Minister of Transport. It's a EV Training Academy. And what they're suggesting is that they have to assist in the development of EV technicians, because they feel they can sell a lot of their product, and that they're going to have problems out there in the field if they don't get technicians trained up. As far as I can work out, this is a training system open to everybody. I don't think you have to be working for a Maxus dealer, but I'm going to clarify that over the next couple of days. It's a combination of training. There's going to be virtual training and there's going to be face-to-face training. It's a 3-stage certification. Stage 1 is you're called a system tech. Stage 2 you're called a diagnostic tech, and stage 3 you're a master tech. They've got 2 trainers, 2 guys that are highly skilled in this area, a lad called Noel Hughes and Eamon Conley, who are heading up this. So it's going to be interesting to see, because, you know, up to now, you know, there's been people like Seamus Ryan perhaps doing a bit of training, but a lot of the training we've seen to be people going to the UK and feel they had to go to the UK for training. So I think this looks like it's going to be a very substantial offering, but we're going to come back to you next week or the week after with more details on this, because I think it's something that's really interesting. Ford in the USA. Ford in the USA have their Ford Technical Assistance Centre, and it's got 150 techs, and those 150 phone techs in head office in Dearborn, they support around 5,000 calls a week. So the numbers on this are huge that they get into their centre. But they're now after releasing a headset for the technicians, so that what it's called is See What I See. So it's a headset that the tech back in the HQ in Dearborn can see exactly what the tech is seeing as the tech is trying to fix the problem, and there's full audio and there's full communication back and forth. There is 200 out of the 5,000 that they do a week. There's 200 that they can sort by the phone, and in that instance a field technician has to go to the workshop. So they are seeing this as being a way of fast tracking some of the fixes now, and also they've got 1,200 out there in the field at the moment, and they carried out 350 See What I See calls in the last 90 days, and they're going to roll it out to the rest of the group or the dealers in America over the next 6 months. So again, an example of how techs are going to evolve, how training is going to evolve, and how we're going to interact with tech support in dealerships going forward. Ducati were given a brief to produce a Moto E bike, and they're ready to launch. They're just giving some details on that bike, ready to launch in 2023. 225 kilos, can go a race distance on one charge, top speed 275 kilometers an hour, battery 110 kilos, inverter 5 kilos. The inverter comes from Formula E, from the Formula E race cars. The motor's 21 kilos with an RPM of 18,000 RPM. Liquid cooling on the battery as well. So this, I think if one area really suits batteries, I think it is bikes. And it looks like this bike that can go a full race distance. Because the problem still with Formula E is the fact that you change cars or your battery goes flat. I think the bike, and they're going to have this Motor E series over the next couple of years. So I think that's going to be really interesting. Also in that, Ducati is owned by Volkswagen Group, and some of the technology and some of the information and some of the support came from the car side in the development of the electric bike also. Thanks for sticking with us. If you could, please, we'd appreciate it. I'll get down on knee if need be. Please like, comment and subscribe if you can. Thanks a lot.